Previously on 2 Past Midnight.
Murph, it's time to wake up. We need to rendezvous back at the hideout with the others.
Hey, Valentine, does your man Jelko have an in with the troops here as well?
He is connected.
So when this goes down and you start taking him piece by piece, that's going to add to the hunting party that's coming after us.
This is the target. This is the operation.
Valentine drops his pack, taking off his coat, and we just see all of the tattoos on him. And on his chest, Murph sees 3 crosses.
All right, so the morning shift goes along and seems uneventful. You guys don't notice anybody noticing the hideout. I mean, you hear the city start to come alive, though, outside. I mean, that's the one thing you do hear is you start hearing more people, pedestrians, vehicles go by, things like that as the morning kicks in and, like, the daytime starts to go. You're pretty close to a checkpoint at that bridge that goes across, so you see vehicles. You'll hear vehicles go by, like they're heading west to go across that river also. And so it sounds like traffic kind of going both ways, really. But this is what I'm going to need. I need Murph and Valentine to roll a stamina roll at a plus... The fuck was the number? The food poisoning one.
Nice.
It was pretty awesome because I had Kyle roll the other guy's cooking.
Oh yeah,
and he rolled poorly.
Shocker.
I was like, "This is a pushable roll." No, okay. Well, I guess this guy cooked poorly. So +2.
But he gave us a good deal.
+2 on your stamina roll.
That's not bad. That's doable.
And it is pushable.
Okay.
1 success for Murph.
Okay.
2 successes for Valentine.
Okay. Yeah. Neither one of you get sick. Your stomach feels a little bit off, but that's about it. Like, it's just like, what the fuck? Like, when you wake up, you just have, like, that momentary heartburn, like, whatever it was you ate. You know? Maybe you shouldn't have eaten it right before you go to sleep.
It's like gulag food.
You've all eaten a roast beef sandwich right before bed, right? And then regretted it when you wake up.
Giggity.
Thank you. I knew what I was saying.
The answer is yeah. Yeah, that's definitely...
Yeah. Like from Arby's, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
We've got the meat.
Oh my God. All right. So, but yeah, now we're headed into the daytime. Everyone seems to be okay. What's your all's plan? What do you guys want to do?
Not die.
All right, tonight, I need the 3 of you to go into the bunker.
Just walk into hostile territory?
It's not hostile. It's a bar. But I need you to go in and gain information.
So you're saying as Americans we can walk in this bar and not immediately get accosted?
They will take your money there. If you have money, they will take it.
I don't think we have any money.
Go get some. And bring back more food.
Fine. I grabbed the shotgun that I put back and said, Emmett, I think we got to go back to the...
We will rendezvous back here in the morning, tomorrow. And we will debrief then. Yeah?
Hey, you're the owner. We're just the guys that don't have options here.
What are you looking for us to find? Ways in, ways out, personnel, firepower. What are we looking for when we go in there?
Everything.
Or, I mean, are we just looking for a good time?
Not a good time. Make it look like good time. Do not be obvious that you are surveilling the place, but what we need to know is ins, outs, people, firearms, firepower, rotations of people, bouncers, anything. Any point of weakness. Any point of strength. A strength mismanaged is a weakness.
All right, I think we can do this.
Can we?
I don't think we have a choice here.
Well, I understand that, but can you control your mouth and can Murph control his brain long enough for us to get some intel on this place without everybody getting killed?
0% chance, but we're going to have to figure it out. I mean, last time we just walked by a bar, we got mugged. Now we're going into one.
You got mugged walking by a bar?
I don't want to talk about it. If you
By
see,
children, nonetheless.
would you? That's unnecessary. Really? Yeah. Anyways. All right, so let's take... we need some cash, because, like, I think we spent most of all the money we had, most of the extra bullets and stuff we had on the last little bit of meal. So if we want to go in there and throw some money around and not stir up too much trouble, we probably got to sell a rifle or something. Unless we just want to strip down some bullets and take in a few bucks.
Well, I did come back with some extra weapons.
I saw that. I was cleaning and messing with some stuff. Excellent job on that one. We've got a couple shotguns that I don't think we necessarily need both. I have one and you brought one back, so I think we can take one of those and just I think we can get 100 shekels for it, and I think that should be enough to probably fund us for the evening.
That's fine, but to do that, we still got to make it across town.
Yeah, and that's been super easy because everything we've done here has not been a complete cluster.
Valentine, do you think it's the wisest idea to have me go with them? If we're planning on taking him and his associates out at some point, I wouldn't think you would want me recognizable.
Who's going to recognize your face? No one knows you.
Oh.
Why would they know you?
When we go back.
When are we going? Is not a problem.
Okay.
Your face will not be very recognizable. And if everything goes smoothly and according to plan, they will never know it was your face to begin with.
If everything goes according to plan. Famous last words.
Debating whether this is me talking out loud, not to Valentine. This is player, not character, sorry. Wonder if it would be better for me to observe them going in and out than actually go in with them. Let them get what happens as far as when they go in and out, and me see how, I don't know.
Ryan, what's your recon?
Recon is C and a C.
Kyle, what's your recon?
I now have a D and a B.
Chris, what's your recon?
A and a B.
Okay.
But would that be recon when we're in?
That's why he's sending you, Psycho.
But what I'm saying is that a recon roll, the observation when you're in?
It's always a recon roll.
Okay.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
Because I thought he pulled something out of his ass with another roll.
Well, the only other thing it would be is survival. Basically, any kind of recon or movement or stealthing either falls under recon or survival. And both of those, you're still...
Top dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The LTE has got good persuasion, right?
A B and a C.
Yeah. And Emmett's got don't fuck around, so.
Yeah. Well, I've got C and a C for empathy and persuasion, so.
Yeah. All you have to do is go in, look like 3 Americans that are there to have fun time party, But use your eyes. Use your ears.
All right, this could be kind of fun. We got this.
I do not have high hopes for this.
Yeah, as long as none of them have tattoos, I think we should be all right.
Hey. Valentine is also... He's going to duck out and also split the party.
Okay, so what is your guys' plan?
So I think we're going to make one trip to sell the extra pump shotgun while we head to said bar, because we're going this evening, correct?
Yes.
That is when the bar is most busy.
Yeah.
It's nighttime.
And we don't have to sneak around or anything, right? We can just act like we are people there.
Because we are just people there.
You know,
I really feel like we're overcomplicating this.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to sneak around, Chris. You're right. You don't.
Yeah, I'm just going out drinking, and if I find some interesting info, I find some interesting info. If not, then
There you go.
Then old knifey throat's going to have to go with whatever I find.
I mean, you do have to try to remain inconspicuous. So that's not sneaking around, but that's, being inconspicuous.
yeah.
I have to act like a guy at a bar. I can do that.
Stand at the bar and put out the vibe.
Guess that what you call your penis these days?
That's right, the vibe.
All I meant was there's probably still going to be some rules to, not be suspicious. You know what I mean?
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Suspicious.
But yeah, theoretically, you can just go there and drink. But, and observe. But it's the and observing part that's where you have to be inconspicuous about and observing. Hence, why there will be dice rolls.
Wow, look at those guys at the bar. Their eyes are very fixed on things they shouldn't be.
Dude, it's a thing, man. You guys want to make fun of it, but I'm just saying.
I know it is. I know we're playing a game. I'm just being a dick. I know all of it comes down to rolls that we roll. I'm just being a dick.
I'm just saying there's lots of times people say they're being inconspicuous and they're not. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not making a sound that you know.
I meant in real life. I'm just referring to real life. People think they're inconspicuous when they're not sometimes.
Hey, fellow kids.
Hello, youths.
I love that skit. All right, so your plan is to go to the market, try to sell some guns, and then go to the bunker later on in the evening. That's your plan.
That, I believe, is our plan.
Yes, unless I get anything else.
All right, so who all's going to the market?
I'm going to the market.
I guess all three of us are doing the whole trip, right?
Is that what you guys are doing? All three of you are going to the market and then going to the bunker in the evening? Because it's not going to take you the whole shift to go to the market. Yeah.
Sure, you can go to the market by yourself. I'm good with that.
I'm not going anywhere by myself. But I don't know that I necessarily need loose kitten with me.
Well, that leaves Emmett and Emmett. And if you don't like that, you can take Emmett too.
Emmett.
Yeah, I guess Emmett would escort you. Merv, how much stress do you still have to get rid of? You only slept one shift.
I literally still have 2 and 2. 2 damage and 2 stress.
Yeah, you should probably at least rest one more so that we don't have a total breakdown. And me and we'll head to market.
It won't even be that bad. It'll just be another mental drama. We'll get to roll on that table again.
Because that's
Maybe
always
you can get all of them.
worked out so well.
You can get all Yahtzee.
I'm collecting all of these promos. And you get a trauma, and you get a trauma, and you get
I like
a trauma.
that I put my headphones on the moment Adam said Yahtzee. No context. That's fun.
The joke was about Chris getting another mental trauma. Like,
Yeah, so I would say we leave Murph and Valentine behind. We'll go deal with the selling of a shotgun, and then we will come back and then go to said bunker this evening. Shotgun shift and then bunker shift.
okay. So it's just the two of you, or so Murph's staying behind, Valentine's doing what, and Murph's staying behind. The two of you are going to the market, and Valentine's doing what, Jeremy?
Valentine is going to go out and head 1 hex to the south and continue surveillance on the bunker.
Okay. All right. I gotta look at the thing real quick for that.
Murph's going to stay and rest, and maybe he can have some more pleasant dreams.
So that 1 hex to the south, Jeremy, is open.
Oh, is it?
Yes. The green ones are built up. So built up to your southeast. I'll count that as built up because it's enough of it. But the one straight south is open.
Okay, so the one straight south is open. So effectively, from the hideout hex,
You could see it at 400 meters away, yeah.
oh, fuck yeah.
I mean, you can
Okay.
at least see the... but here's the other thing. This hex is like... where it is still a rubble debris field. So can you see the bunker from there? If you had higher elevation, maybe. But from the ground, probably not.
Is there higher elevation in this hex that I could get to
On top of the building, I mean...
have valid sight lines?
Yeah. But then that would decrease your... not being seen-ness, you know?
No, gotcha. Then instead of going straight south, he'll go southeast
Okay.
1 hex and surveil the bunker from there.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, so Valentine's headed southeast. Emmett and LT are headed to the market again to go see Dennis Hopper and
Oh, I'm
the
sweaty.
Speed 2 guy.
Oh, I'm sweaty.
And Murph is staying back at the Valentine's hideout.
So where is the bunker that we're in, or where's the bar?
It is the bunker.
Okay.
This X, this
Okay.
red X that I have here on the map.
So kind of swinging back to get Murph isn't not necessarily out of the way. Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where the bunker is. And
Emmett and I now knowing the way perfectly to get to the market.
all right, so Valentine, you're headed there. This one's just going to be Murph now.
I like making things complicated.
Yes, you do. Murph is going to be resting back there. Valentine's going to be observing the bunker, or trying to at least.
Attempting to.
Yep. And the other two of you are going up towards the market. So that's how we're going to do it. Brian, roll a d6. Jeremy, roll a d6. And yeah, we'll go with that.
Got a 6.
Okay. Jeremy, roll me a d6.
I got a 2.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Who do we want to start with? Emmett and LT. You guys start headed the direction that you're going to be headed.
All right, so we need a little bit of money for this expedition, and I'm probably going to get myself something else to eat while we're here because I'm not making a trip to the market and not getting myself something, so we will figure that out as well. But I figure we'll get us a smattering of different ammunition for this, just a little bit of .556, a little bit of 7.62 a few shotgun shells, things like that. Things we can use if we don't spend them all. You know, a couple different purposes. So we may have to talk to a couple different vendors while we're there, but I think we can get enough for spending money and some back end use for it as well.
Wow, you're putting a lot of thought into this.
That's really all I'm good at.
I mean, we
thought.
just need to be able to buy a couple beers and take a look around.
Or bribe somebody, or go in like high rollers if we're getting looks. There's a lot of things, a lot of curveballs that could come through here. I'm trying to inventory what all guns we would have. We pretty much, the shotgun's the biggest extra we have.
Yeah. So that's the other question. What are you taking with you?
100% the question I'm trying to figure out as well. So I had a lever action. Murph had 2 sniper rifles and a shotgun and a 9.
They had 1 sniper rifle and a hunting rifle.
Ooh, sorry, those are 2 different things. My bad. So we're probably going to keep both of those. I think, and I have a shotgun and he had a shotgun. I think we're taking, I took his shotgun to go sell. And I think that's the only thing we're going to try to get rid of is the pump shotgun.
Okay.
But I have my personal lever action on me.
So you have your lever. You have a lever action.
Yeah.
And you have 2 pump shotguns. Is
No,
that right?
I left my other shotgun.
1 pump
back.
shotgun.
Yeah, just one. I haven't been carrying mine around.
Okay.
And my sidearm is gone and dead, so nothing there.
Unless you see those kids.
Yeah.
Emmett, what are you carrying?
Emmett would be carrying the 357, and he would have an M16.
Okay.
It would keep the M60 back at the...
And we got bullets for your 357, didn't we?
Correct, you did.
I think 2 reloads, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Like 2 full loads for it, so 12.
Yep, I've got what's in it and 1 more round.
Okay. Jeremy, what is Valentine taking with him on his recon run?
All of his worldly possessions.
Okay.
So, binoculars, lockpick set, food, water, knife, Dragunov, and pistol.
Okay. All right, so Emmett and LT start headed in the direction that you're headed in. On the map. You can move it.
Oh, man.
No, like actually, here, watch this. Like actually grab the... This is your guys' token.
Yeah, so we're going to take the road. You want me to go 2
Well,
at a
that's
time?
actually further. It would have started back. You get 2 hexes. I was moving it off so that you could... I assumed you were headed that.
But I'm really
general
good
direction.
at mobility.
That doesn't work that way.
Oh, man.
Doesn't work that way. You know what's interesting, actually? If you travel more than 2 shifts in a day, you're supposed to roll stamina rolls, and I've been letting you guys get away with it for 90-some episodes. 100 now. This is technically 101, by the way.
For part of that, we had vehicles.
I meant walking once. You're right, yes. There were times where we had vehicles, but even then, like, you're still supposed to roll stamina rolls, even if it doesn't say not unless you're in a vehicle. If you're taking turns driving, then yeah, but if you're not, then...
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, driving for, 14
6+
hours.
Yeah.
I meant 3 shifts at that point. That's 18
real
hours.
sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, Valentine, you move into that hex to the southeast of you, and you actually, as you're going along, you see about 5 NATO troops that are kind of, I don't know, not necessarily milling about, but they're not moving like they have a destination necessarily, if that makes sense. But they, I should have had you roll recon, but whatever. I'm going to assume you probably succeeded at it. What do you want to do with it? Do you want to actually do that? Yeah, go ahead and roll me recon. We'll see if they noticed you.
Okay.
Fuck it. Before you notice them.
2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you noticed them before they noticed you.
Okay. And that's fine.
They're armed. They have M16s.
And they're NATO.
One of them appears to be an officer.
He's going to sneak around them. He's got other business to attend to.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a recon roll.
Okay. 2 successes.
Do you want to push that roll?
Yep. And I take 1 stress. Son of a bitch.
At least you don't go crazy.
No, not yet.
All right, so tell me what you trying to sneak around them looks like.
So he starts coming around a corner and he peeks around and he sees them and he starts to back off and he ducks down behind a pile of rubble and he's looking at him and he's waiting for the perfect moment to run across the street. And he's just waiting. He's waiting. He thinks they turn their back and they're not looking, and he just darts across the street.
Also, for reference sake, and this is just for, mental fiction of this, there's more people around than people that I point out. These are just people of note. If that makes sense. Now, what you're doing is still fine. I'm just saying for future sake. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like
Noted.
Empty streets and you just see 4 people. It's just
like a bar that you presume is just a biker hangout.
Right.
And murder everybody there.
Right.
And then not realize it's a Denny's. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Just assume there's more people than, like, when I say there's 5 people on this city block and that's it. Like, you never see anybody else. Like, it's like anybody else you see doesn't stick out.
So no hobo.
No hobo.
so no hobo is what he's saying. Yeah.
But yeah. Which is why, like, the shooting earlier caused people to run around and shit before. But all right. So
I don't
cut
remember
over
any
to
shooting. We haven't talked about it much.
That was a sniper. That was a different one. I was talking about when the sniper shot the other people on top of a building. That was the ones I was talking about. All right. Emmett and LT. You guys are walking up that main road and headed towards the market. And in the distance, you actually start hearing something that you haven't really heard in a little bit. Except for maybe...
Joy.
Yes. You hear music.
Is it NWA again?
It's not NWA this time. We're going to say it's a different song because they know more than just one song. We're going to say it's... Brian, pick a song from the 90s.
It smells like Teen Spirit.
I mean, judging from our Spotify, it should be Metallica, but...
Right. Is this supposed to be a good or a bad song?
Regardless, just pick a song.
What would you have heard on the radio?
In 1997, the last time those were a thing.
I mean, 97, that's a...
I mean, it could be something from earlier, too. You know what I mean? But
Right.
you know what? I'm going to say it's Metallica. I'm going to say you hear, and it's like, there's like a cello playing, and there's like a French horn, and they're playing Nothing Else Matters. And it's like the beginning of the song, and you're just like, holy shit, that's fucking Metallica. You know? And you can see them up there, and it's just like 5 people. You can see one person on an acoustic guitar, somebody with a cello, someone's just like hitting on a bucket for the drums. But it has that like stripped away, unplugged 90s kind of like beauty to it, right? And something about that moment, for whatever reason, both you and LT actually heal 1 point of stress if you have it.
Hey man, these guys are actually really good. It's kind of cool that even in the midst of all this chaos and hell on earth, the arts shine through. People have their passions and their loves. Kind of gives me the chills.
Yeah, I ain't heard this since it was pumping from Keanu's bedroom.
Absolutely. I mean, it almost makes you think that maybe one day we'll get through all this and having a beer at a concert might not be too far in the future.
Yeah. Makes me, definitely makes me long for simpler times.
Mm-hmm. Keep it up, guys. You're doing great.
They kind of wave as they're playing. You can see that they have like their guitar case open and people have been like throwing chits in it or, spare rounds.
I was gonna say, I think I had a couple like 9mm left after our little thing. So I'll just like throw 2 in there.
Okay.
All right, we can't stick around and listen all night, but that's pretty cool. That's probably the coolest thing that's happened since we got in here.
You know what? I don't know that you'd be mistaken.
We head on down the road.
All right. Murph. What's Murph doing? Resting, sleeping? Beating his meat?
He's not beating his meat. He is
Why not?
actually
The best way to relieve stress. I don't know why he wouldn't be doing that.
not here, no.
Does Valentine have any lotion anywhere?
You mean the V-hole has 0 lube in it?
There it is. There's the joke. There
That
it
joke's
is.
been building for a while now. That joke was a grower, not a shower.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, so Murph's doing what? Sorry, Chris.
So, sleeping, resting, but he's actually going to pray.
Okay.
Because nothing else has worked to get rid of this psychosis over the crosses.
Mm-hmm.
So he is going to pray and pray for forgiveness for what he's done and ask God to please remove this fear of something that he's always seen as a positive and a reassuring image.
Mm-hmm. So what does that look/sound like?
So he's laying on the cot trying to sleep, and he kind of just tossing and turning because he keeps getting these images in his head of those bodies burning on the crosses. And he decides to roll out of the cot and drop to his knees and pray and say, I know I have done so many bad or unforgivable things in order to survive here and at some point have relished in it. I don't know if that is vengeance or anger, but Lord, please forgive me for what I have done and for what I'm about to do, because it sounds like I'm going to have to do more of it with this Valentine character in order for us to survive. I ask for your forgiveness. I pray that you please help remove this fear and psychotic response that I get when I see the crosses, the cross that Jesus was crucified on. I don't understand how it ignites such a reaction in me, but God, please remove this and allow me to get full control of my mind, or at least as much of it as I can, so that I can be better. Thank you, Lord. And he crosses himself and gets back on the cot and tries to go back to sleep.
Chris, you get a challenge coin for that. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
And we cut over to Valentine. We see Valentine, he had moved across the street, and that group of NATO soldiers has headed off, and they're not anywhere to be seen now. And he's making his way to a decent observation point for the bunker. We're going to do the same thing again, Jeremy. Making camp. Recon roll.
Okay. Ah, crap.
I think you just
Making
increased
camp.
survival, didn't you?
I did, and thank God I did.
One success.
Sorry, God's busy. Murph is talking to him right now.
All right, so one success.
One success, one failure.
Okay.
So completely unpushable for the survival for making camp.
Well, you only need one.
Okay.
And then the recon roll.
And the recon roll.
Because no one wants a camping mishap in the city where I have to reinterpret and says cockroaches and or spiders.
No, I don't want a camping mishap at any point. No, thank you.
Spiders.
Radioactive bear.
I'm fairly certain there's some bad spiders in Poland. Maybe not. I don't know.
I got 3 successes.
Okay. Good job.
On recon to hide my...
Your camp. Yeah.
Yep,
Your observation point.
that's it.
All right. Okay. Roll me a D8. Or actually a D6. I'm sorry.
A D6. All right.
Yes. 1D6.
5.
All right. Tell me what your little camp looks like.
So he's found what used to be an apartment building, and he's gone up to the 3rd floor, and he's got a bit of... He's using old drapes to hide behind, and there's just enough of a crack in the drapes that he can see a decent sight line. And when he set up the camp, he pulled them aside just enough to kind of open up a little bit more. And he took some of the screen from another window and set it up behind the drapes, so that way it creates a darker image, but he can still see out through the brighter light of day. And he's got an old dresser turned over as a shooting position, and what's a child's chair for like a child's desk. He's using that as a seated position.
All right, so as he's sitting there, he's looking out, and you can see the bunker off in the distance, and he's obviously using his the binos, I'm assuming. And so he's observing the bunker. Same thing. It's strange, and you're thinking that it's kind of a little bit weird. Like, you haven't seen trucks pulling up to the bunker, like, over the course of this time. Like, you're like, this is weird. Like, normally there'd be some sort of drop-off, whether it's liquor or, something along those lines, some kind of supplies. And it seems strange that you haven't seen that. You'll hear a truck, like, go up the road a little bit. You'll hear vehicles around, but they're not going towards the bunker at this point. You also start hearing voices inside the building. You hear, like, what sounds like a group of people walking down the hall. Like, they don't seem to go into the room you're in, but it seems like other people are squatting here, basically. Or living here. Those might have been where they were before. You don't exactly know, but you hear them walking by down the hall. It sounds like a family of, X number of people, however many. And as you're looking out on the bunker, and you can see a couple people on top of the bunker. You see a couple people on the outskirts of it, just like look like they're keeping watch. And you see at this point one of the APCs, one of the Polish ones, driving up towards the bunker.
Oh, shit.
You see it pull up, and it stops maybe 30 meters away from it. And the guy comes out, walks up to the bunker, starts talking to somebody, and goes inside the bunker. And the APC stays outside.
I would hope it didn't drive in.
I mean, it stays there. It doesn't leave. And you can see some of the Polish guard that were with the APC, like they're starting to move out from the APC into the area and like kind of look around. It looks like they're scoping out the area.
Well, that's weird.
Cut back over to Emmett and LT. You guys are continuing on your way to the market.
Move 2 more?
Yeah, move 2 more. As you go by that area where that truck had been blown out and like the records had been strewn across the road, but it looks like it's been moved at this point. Somebody at some point has come through and like cleaned this area up. You see like a remnant of the case from a vinyl, right? Like on the road, and it's a little bit charred on the edges, and that's like the only thing you see that's left here, and like a burnt kind of oil stain on the road. But that's what you come across.
You think they called AAA?
That's about enough.
All right. Just we're having a good time here. Let's go get us some. I don't know. Let's get to that market.
I'm all for having some jokes and whatnot, but come on, it's somebody passed away here.
Yeah, let's stop and say a prayer for everybody murdered in the last 6 days. We won't get anywhere. It's kind of what's happening around here.
Let's just keep moving.
Onward and upward, I always say.
Emmett will kind of get a 1,000-yard stare and honestly hold his breath for the next little bit as they walk through that area.
I'm still humming the Metallica song as I go by.
Anyway, all right. So you guys continue on. Valentine, I gave you quite a bit happening in your one little side flash, but that's kind of what you see going on.
That's a lot, yeah.
And LT and Emmett, go ahead and roll me another recon roll. And then one of you roll me a d6. You know what we haven't done yet?
Weather.
Kyle, roll me a d6 for weather.
Let's do it. Boom shock. A 3. Oh, it's still raining. Didn't we have rainy?
Yeah, it should be cloudy then.
Now
Still,
we're just clouded over.
It was raining at one point. It's cloudy because the clouds came in, explosions in the sky. It's cloudy still.
I'm a B and a D for recon, sir. What are you?
C and C.
I don't
know what.
I'll just
Yeah,
for
go
fun, just
for
for
it.
kicks. I'm going to do it. 2 successes. 2 successes for recon.
Okay, roll me a d6. One of you guys, not for weather. This was a different d6.
All right, I'll roll that one. 3.
As you're going along, you see an APC driving by, like coming up the road. Appears to be, in total, there's about 25 people, like 25 soldiers with this. Because they have like one of the Gaz 66 trucks and the APC, one of the Polish like brigade coming through, but they don't seem to have spotted you all yet. But it looks like they're patrolling, right? Like you've seen this kind of thing before. It looks like they're keeping their eye out and very likely might stop people that might look like they're trouble. And that might be you guys. What do you want to do?
I don't want any piece of these guys. What do you think?
No, I think they were best to try and duck out around them.
Because that's the other thing, too. And I want to point this out to you guys. Just for reference sake, so that we know how to handle these situations when they come up. You're not allowed to be here.
Yeah.
If they stop you and ask for your papers, you're illegal immigrants. You're not supposed to be in Krakow right now, right? They could arrest you and throw you into indentured servitude. So that's the rest of that as well. So for reference sake. So roll me a recon roll to hide, whoever has the lowest one.
Well, we got a B and a D and 2 C's.
Which one's the lowest one?
I think technically I'm 1% ahead of you or something like that.
B and a D and 2 C's. That would be in the skills and specialties section. There's that chart on page 46 in the actual book, and the PDF is whatever fucking page number that is. 48. So B and a D is 59. And what did you have, Brian?
C and a C.
That's 61.
So it's me. I knew we were close.
Still you.
Regan.
But this is a pushable roll.
No successes. I am going to push that recon roll. 2 successes on the second time. No stress. Locked it down.
All right. Let me roll their recon roll to see if they spot you. 2 successes, you say?
Good luck.
Don't say it like it's minuscule. That's like legitimately the best I could have done. So could we just like pretend you're not trying to murder me?
All right. So there's an officer. So he gets that.
Yeah, but there's like
And
100 of them.
that. And
Technically, you could have gotten 3 successes. There's 2 for a 10.
technically, all he needs is 2 to negate yours. He doesn't even need 3.
I thought you sided with the hiding people.
No. The passive roll negates successes of the active roll.
Okay.
That's how it works. And I'm going to go ahead and roll this.